Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Oh, that's a nice intro. Welcome to Fake News, bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Man, that gets me hyped up.
Yeah, me too.
What's the one thing where you did scream? Have you ever screamed like a little girl in your entire life? There's got to be one. Ice cream truck,
No,
Asian woman.
it's not a really good idea to let people know what's going on inside your head, right?
I don't know.
That's more information about you that they can exploit. So why would you do that?
What if the information I want them to exploit, right? We just
yeah.
had this conversation before we came on of like, if you're here, there's a bunch of listeners here in the studio today, bring cocaine, you know? Put out the message you want to see in the world.
I've actually got a gift for all these assholes.
Really? What do you got?
Shut up.
What do you got?
It's the Day One Homie coin.
No way. Are they finally here? Let me
Yeah.
see one. Throw them my way. Here we go.
They're being shipped out. If you have
Boom.
if you've got a bro box and you were one of the first, they're already being shipped to your home right now.
Hells yeah. These turned out fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
These are really nice. And you're going to give them to these guys in the studio?
We'll see. It depends on if they have cocaine or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there some sort of NFT that accompanies it?
No, this is the real thing. So this is what NFT wanted to be, and then they're not. Like, this is it's a nice coin. It's got some weight to it. This is not cheap. This is not like a poker chip.
No.
That's at Circus or anything. This is a real nice coin here.
No, you could probably file down the edge too and use it to slice somebody's head completely off.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is nice, dude.
Well,
Holy shit.
I think there's been some bums fucking behind the studio, so we can maybe.
So we'll start with some house cleaning at the top of the show. Last week in this old studio here in Austin, Texas, we're moving into the new digs. We popped up a picture. Giorgio, can you put that on the old screen here? Today we're almost near completion. Like we talked about a bunch of times on the show, Dan and I bought a church and demoed it, so we're almost there. Here's what it looks like currently. Now, our set, Drinkin' Bros, will go on the back wall. That's the only thing we kept from the church was that screen. So the screen will be above us. If you guys come in to do live watches and all that shit, you'll be able to watch the games above us, drink hard seltzers, get fucked up, and make love. We're getting close. They're painting a logo on the field. I think that'll be done Friday, and I believe they start to move these sets next week. And then we'll be in the new studios. There won't be any homeless people like there is downtown.
Well,
Aside from Giorgio and Joel.
It's in too, except for those two, but it's in too nice of a part of town. Like we're fine. Here, we found some underpants outside our doorstep today that could be a lady, could be a child, which was frightening. Or it could be a lady who wears child's underwear.
About a half dozen pair.
A lot. It's a lot of underpants. If we had a Steadicam, we could go outside and show it.
I have one.
Yeah, I mean, there's. Have you considered that it's the underpants gnomes?
Do you have a camera, Giorgio, in all sincerity, that you can just walk through the back door and videotape that underpants right now?
yeah.
Please do it. It's our last week here. I don't even think we'll be here for fake news next week, right?
Dan is shaking his head no at me.
You're saying no?
Not
No,
me.
Register is saying no.
Oh, why is he saying no?
I mean, do it, but I don't know how you're going to operate it this high.
Oh, how much weed have you had today?
Barely enough.
Sure. Giorgio, I've never heard that out of you.
Yeah, you give me less than 3 minutes and I will show you our back porch.
Why are you two in a fucking lover's quarrel about who's high? What's going on back there?
I tell you what, while you do that, I'll read the first story of fake news, and then you give me a thumbs up when you're ready to show all the homeless person's clothing that we found outside of our back door. I want you to show the handicap chair that we have on the back too. These are super old school. So when you're on the second floor of a building like this, back in the day, they used to put a handicap chair out there. And I guess it's mandatory to get people into the building. And you and I were discussing when we would ever need it. Mm-hmm. And the answer was Greg Abbott.
Yeah, although I was just going to give him a piggyback ride.
Yeah, and I said, no, let's try the chair first and get him up here in the chair. If we ever have Greg Abbott on the show, the governor of Texas, he'll be able to wheel into the new studio. So that's nice. And a wheelchair on AstroTurf, I'm sure, is a fun thing for him as well.
Yeah, we'll get a ramp made.
I mean, with that field, we could have a nice murder ball course in there for Greg Abbott. See what happens.
Is that the one where they tase each other?
No, that's the one where they slam into each other violently and throw a ball in some form of net. It was a huge documentary called Murder Ball back in the day. And I'd like to see Greg Abbott involved in some shit like that. I really would. Our first story of the day, though, is the sweet, sweet gas prices that continue to rise. And as they continue to rise, well, Biden's approval ratings continue to fall. Gas prices have officially exceeded an average of $5. Oh, it's almost hard to say. $5 per gallon nationwide after a rapid increase over the past month. According to Gas Buddy, our friends over at Gas Buddy, that's a fun name, the price of a gallon of gas varies across different regions, with the West and the Northeast suffering the most. California currently holds the record for most expensive gas in the nation with an average price of, wait for it, $6.40 a gallon. Holy shit. California also currently holds the record for the most expensive price per homeless person. What would you say there? What would you put on the price of a homeless person these days? 10 grand, 20 grand? How much are they paying homeless people now these days in California?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much they're paying them, but...
Well, they're getting phones, they're getting places to live and all that other shit. And the ones that I've been seeing look like they're having a pretty decent life.
You should go to the Tenderloin.
What's the Tenderloin?
It's a little town inside of San Francisco in the city. And then you'll know that they're not doing well. Because there's like 4 or 5 dead people on the ground at any given time.
Shut the fuck up. Is that real?
Yeah. It's like they've completely lost their fucking minds there. They're like old school progressives now that are writing op-eds. Bob sent me one yesterday from the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. I hate the Atlantic, by the way.
Yeah, they suck. I mean, it's the worst. But she's just like, there's a battle now going on between leftists and liberals, and nobody will talk about it, basically.
As far as the homeless are concerned?
As far as, I mean, these are...
Or what to do.
These are this woman's words, but she's like, they're living in a fantasy world, basically, that all this progressive ideology is in any way effective.
Well, isn't the overall theme of progressivism is like we can't say anything because we don't want to make other people feel bad?
Yeah, she addresses that. I can't remember her name's Nellie something or other.
Nellie Bowles.
Yeah, Bowles. Bowles, like
that's her last name?
Like Susan.
Okay.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, like cup of soup bowls or like bowls, like horns?
No, Bowles, Bowles, like the English spell.
Oh, like Camilla Parker.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she said that like you're not allowed to call them homeless people. They're people who are experiencing homelessness. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
There's like 2 paragraphs on that, I believe.
There is something about labeling someone, though, right?
I'm not homeless. I have just misplaced my house. I cannot find it. And it's in the streets right now.
Well, I guess what they're trying, like identity matters to them. And if you assign or associate someone with any kind of characteristic whatsoever, that's part of their identity. This is the social Marxist ideology that they believe in.
Great.
Like my identity, what does that even mean? Your identity to you are things that it's like your biology and how that informs what you do in the world, whether you look for a mate or not, whether you look for a mate of a specific sex or not, and all that stuff. And then your belief structure, whatever that happens to be, whatever your moral code is. But not whether or not you like fucking gluten.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I actually identify the fucking, well, no, you don't, that's not a thing, dude. Shut the fuck up. But that's how it works there. So anytime you can't label anything because that label becomes part of their character, not just a trait about them, it becomes part of their character to them, and that's why it seems so offensive.
Sure.
I mean, it's retarded, but that's how their brain works, so you got to navigate around that sometimes.
Well, great.
I've had inside some clothes on our back porch.
Oh,
If wanna check
do you
them out.
have them?
Yeah, I'll go and man that camera real quick.
There it is. Let's see it, dude. Look at the technology we have here. I'm gonna miss this place.
You fucked it up.
Oh, did you fuck it up? Did it
Yep.
kick out?
He unplugged it.
Did it kick out?
You stupid.
No, I think it's part of the camera itself.
No.
Look at technology working, dude.
No, he fucked it up.
Where are you at? 50-50 this works?
It was already working. I could see the underwear on the ground, and now he's. What did you put that up there for? This is nothing.
That's nothing.
It is, but it's funny because I told you.
You didn't think you'd be able to do it because he was too high.
Yeah.
Well, go back. Get out of this. It's a black screen.
It
We
wasn't.
Can't do that.
It wasn't because he was too high. Or it could be.
No, I
but
doubted him because he's too high.
It seems
Yeah.
like he tripped over it. Now it's back.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Now this is
Boom.
an assortment. Those red ones kind of look like boy shorts, right?
Now that orange tip, that's a needle right there that he's zooming in on.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, fucking hey, dude. Look at that. That we found that outside today. That's nice. Look at that.
And
I can smell it.
Yeah,
I can smell it on camera.
none of these companies are sponsors. If you happen to see any logos, by the way.
Giorgio, zooming in on the panties, Giorgio. You think he sniffed them before he got in today?
I think those are his,
Maybe.
and the needles as well.
Maybe. Look at that. Found that outside the building today.
That's
which
not
is nice.
outside the building. That's right outside that door.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's when you
outside
say
the building.
outside the building, that
There it
could
is.
mean parking lot.
There it is.
It's literally a step and a half outside of our fucking back door.
Show the wheelchair. Show the wheelchair. There it is. Oh, look at that. That was our Abbott wheelchair here at the studio where we could get somebody who is para or just full fucking quad in here. And we never got to use it.
I wanted to get
Never
one of
got to use
those pneumatic tubes they used to use at the bank. And you just walk like Futurama. You just walk under it and it sucks them up, and then we roll them down the stairs
That'd be
after
nice.
we're done with them.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Giorgio, props to you. He did it.
I mean, to be fair, we would just find Giorgio dead trying to give himself a blowjob in the pneumatic tube like the next morning.
Yeah.
You would definitely get something stuck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giorgio, go ahead and give yourself a round of applause for that. That was nice. You were able to do that on the fly. You've earned it. No, raise it high. You've earned it. You've earned it higher. Raise it. Raise it. There you go.
Honestly, I never want to do that again.
Why not?
I was so high. There's a lot of pressure. I almost fucked it up.
You did it, though. And Danny owes you a nice dinner at Lonesome Dove, he says.
I didn't know we were betting, but that sounds delicious.
He owes you one. He's
Not for the money, but for the
tomahawk
company.
steaks. And he said, take one home with you. Order one to go on the way out there.
What a friend.
Yeah, and that's what friends do. That's what friends are. Ooh.
If you guys were really friends, you would be helping Bob fix his home.
Yeah, you weren't. Bob got flooded out today.
Why
Mm-hmm.
why?
We've
why was
never
Bob-
claimed to be Bob's friend.
Dan actively denies that and works against it. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
I was
Makes
talking
sense.
about me here.
No one cares about you anymore.
Giorgio,
It's
you
over.
did your part, and now it's over. You can NXS yourself. You can strangle bait and then just die, like the lead singer of NXS behind
And
the
then do
camera.
a spin-off reality show to find a replacement for you.
Yeah,
Dave Navarro, I think, was in that band for a little bit.
he was. That's right. I forgot about that reality show. Jesus Christ.
Rockstar NXS for
The reality, exactly. The reality show we're living in here with the high gas prices, though, is going to be even more exciting here coming up because I don't know that people are going to be able to afford to drive to work anymore.
Yeah, that might be. Well, no, that what the government will do is print money and send it to people, right?
So that was my next question. Are we going to get stimmies then for this bullshit, like too?
When you say we, certainly you don't mean the two of us.
None of us.
No.
Or any of them either.
No.
But regular
I
folk,
got
yeah.
so I got checks in the mail, and they were for my children, which was weird.
Yeah,
Didn't ask for any of this money whatsoever.
You may want to edit that out.
Why? No, I
Because
reported
you're
it.
defrauding the government. No, I'm kidding.
I did not. No, I just did taxes, and on my personal taxes, I reported it and everything else, and they were like, "Yeah, it doesn't really matter." And I was like, "What the fuck? I didn't ask for the money though. Like, why are you just giving every child money monthly? Like, it didn't make sense."
Well, if you own things, equity, right? Property and stock, inflation is your best friend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Matthew C. Hapes is saying, when will Grappling with the Past air on Patreon? We got to get Giorgio to commit to that first.
Is that like him struggling with his identity or something?
Yeah. Well, we think there's some things in Giorgio's Wayback Machine, a.k.a. his mind, that if they came to the surface might haunt him, and he doesn't really want out there. Jesse pitched him a show.
Where I do drugs and hypnotherapy to reveal.
And we said we would pay for the hypnotherapist to do it and kind of reveal what actually happened to him. Because my money is on that he got touched. I don't know where yours is at.
I think he did some touching.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Of adults as a child.
Did you touch any adults as a child?
There's a few doctors in there.
Did you fucking aunt?
Have I ever told you about reverse pedophiles?
No.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Giorgio as a kid molesting adults. Oh, boy. It could explain your fetish for older women.
And then I just blackmail with them. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no one's going to believe you. They're going to
Yeah.
believe me.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, the tide on that has kind of flipped. Like predators used to use the fact that nobody's going to believe some dumbass little kid to prey on them. And now that everybody's on the lookout for that, you as a child could definitely use that against an adult. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
sure that's happened before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just slip a few NyQuil into my friend's mom's drink. You know, let us a little sleepover.
And then all of a sudden you slide in, grappling with the past.
No. This is going way too far.
Yeah, that's
I don't think it's gone far
you went
enough.
full Cosby on that one.
Yeah, I don't think it's gone far enough.
No, it has.
But the gas thing, yeah, it's super fucked up, and it's if you
What's going to happen with this? Because you predicted this on the show months ago. You said it was going to hit $10.
Mm-hmm.
I said you were fucking retarded. And then all of a sudden, 76 gas stations have changed the digital number to go to double digits on the pump because we've never been there in the history of our country.
yeah.
I think based on this timeline, we're probably there by September or August. Yeah.
We'll
Yes.
see. I mean, I'm sure they'll make some kind of effort to draw it down right before the election.
Well, what is that, I guess? Because
I mean,
this is the lowest reserves we've had, or the most we've used in, 40 years at this point?
Yeah.
But they've stopped production, so we need production as well.
Yeah, it may be that it's the stimulus checks
The stimmies?
that happened before. Something like that'll happen, yeah.
I don't think that's going to do it, though, do you?
No. Well, I mean,
voting-wise.
no, definitely not. Bernie Sanders doesn't think it will either. We'll get to that later. But as much as regular folk aren't going to be able to get to work, especially if you live, it's one thing in the city, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you live in a small town that's a suburb of a city and your commute is 45 minutes each way every morning, now it's becoming a real issue, right?
Oh, yes.
Getting
yes.
around to the city, there are other options.
Yeah.
Although they might suck, but there are options. There is no option for somebody driving from fucking Wimberley to downtown Austin. There's no option for that except for to
Right.
drive your car there. So,
Correct. And I talked about this briefly on Ross Patterson Revolution this morning. The average price for a family car now is $95 for a tank of gas. And with that, they've put in these, I don't know if it's happened to you, but they've put in like stop points at the pump. So like most pumps will only go to $75 unless you go inside and tell them you need more. I've only had one gas station let me go full bone on it. And I just use regular unleaded. I'm assuming you're the same?
No, I use premium.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck off. For a Cherokee? Premium, huh?
It's got a Hemi engine in it.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is it the SRT?
No, it's not SRT.
Okay.
I've been looking for one though.
Mine's regular unleaded. There was one gas station that let me go full bone on it, and it was $128 to fill up a pickup truck. And I was like, fuck you. It's not even a V8, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, bro?
No, it's a V8. Your truck?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it's definitely a V8. They don't.
I didn't know. Look, we had another V6 here for a while. We kind of trade these things in every year for taxes and
But
shit.
that's people, right? Like we, it's easy to contextualize how it's going to affect everyday people. What we don't think about are supply chains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like truck drivers who are getting priced out of doing certain types of runs. People showing up to work in small communities.
Yep.
You know, like Walmart and fucking Costco and shit like that.
Even down to us, dude, with the Hard AF Seltzer, we obviously we ship online. We ship right to people's houses. I got the freight bill for the next shipment that's going down because we ship out of Florida, and I was like, oh, fuck. And they were like, hey, bro, we're really sorry, man. That's all gas. And I was just like, God damn it, man.
Well, that's something that'll touch everyone's life, as will the fact that this isn't the first one I've heard about, but a sheriff's department, Isabella County Sheriff's Department in Michigan, said in a Facebook post that it is feeling the pain at the pump as well, and quote, we have exhausted what funds were budgeted for fuel with several months to go before the budget reset. I've instructed the deputies to attempt to manage whatever calls are acceptable over the phone. This would be non-in progress, non-life-threatening calls that do not require evidence collection or documentation. So they're basically going to the Oakland, California model, which is if you have property crime, if there's been a break-in at your house, no cops show up. You just file a report online, basically. Same thing in L.A.
Yeah, same thing in LA, and LA's been doing that for a while. I told you when I got robbed in LA, and the cop, my car got stolen, the whole shit, right? And so I had to pick up the car. They were going to fingerprint and everything else, blah blah blah. And I go, hey, dude, because I found the guy's wallet in the car, and it had his name and everything else. OnStar, I guess it spooked him. Hi, this is OnStar. We've reported a problem. You're in the car. You're a robber. And he lost his shit. And I gave it to the police officer, and I go, hey, this is not my wallet. This is clearly this guy's who stole the fucking car. And the homeboy just looks at me and he goes, look, man, we're in LA. Unless it's fucking drugs or murder, we're not doing any of this bullshit. And that was 15 years ago, let alone now. Now? What the fuck? I mean, unless you're stabbed OJ style, like multiple times, I don't think they're showing up at all.
No. If it's, well, and that's just... that's a county sheriff's department.
It is,
by
yeah,
the way, which, I mean, that sucks. And
same with Atlanta. Atlanta was Fulton County, and it's such a huge area to cover. There's no fucking way you can care about all this shit.
yeah, so like wildlife rangers and people that tend to things that require a lot of moving around, those things are going to get tended to less now. The point of all this is there's a cascading effect that touches every part of the United States economy. That's it.
When does it all crash?
It's completely unacceptable that something hasn't been done to stop this. I mean, at this point, I would feel like the 25th Amendment, some kind of vote of no confidence to get these people out of the way and fix this before it's too late. But that's not going to happen, right?
It's not going to happen. And I was thinking about this too on the drive over as I was watching the gas just go down mile by mile, and then thinking that I'm going to have to fill up again probably on the way home today. We've already depleted the reserves, right? We would have not depleted all of them, but it's at a rate from not previously used in 40 years, right? But then you would have to increase production. Now, if you did that, that would go against all your Green New Deal bullshit, right? Because the first thing he did day one when he got into the office was cancel the Keystone Pipeline. You were going to have to reopen up production and all that other shit, and then your own party would bitch at you for that. So what is the solution?
To not live in a fucking fantasy world. That's the solution.
But that's not going to, that can't happen right now for those guys.
You're operating from the premise that they want to solve this problem. I don't believe that. I think this is intentional. I think they're, in the same way that countries in Europe did before, to want to wean off having to deal with OPEC and shit like that. Although the really funny part about that is they had to go to Russia for natural gas to make up for it. It's fucking stupid. But they started raising the price of fuel a long time ago. There's no reason that England and Germany and Northern Europe in general, Northern Europe and Western Europe shouldn't have the exact same gas prices as us. As a matter of fact, they're fucking closer to the source in a lot of ways. Now, they don't produce any of their own to offset the cost, but they should get the same global market rate that we do. And their gas prices should be commensurate, but they're not, like 4 or 5 times higher before any of this shit got started. That was all intentional, right?
Yeah, because I look at it like if you were trying to escalate the gas prices and all this shit to get to electric vehicles sooner, one would think you would have to have the electric vehicles on hand to get there. Because it's not that I'm anti-EV or, I mean, shit, we're on the wait list for like 3 of those goddamn things. They're just not here. You can't buy them. And the ones that are available online, take this Rivian. So in Austin, that Rivian truck is beautiful. I know we made fun of it a while ago, and we were like, oh, that'll never come out. It is coming out, and I've seen quite a few of them in Austin. Giorgio, I don't know or Bob, if you can do a quick Google search for it, but look up, because I looked this up of like the cost of a Rivian car in Austin. There's only like 5 of them, but the average price of this fucking thing is $145,000. No one can afford that. The same way no one can afford...
I'm seeing 67.
Right, so that's the sticker price on it, right? So type in Rivian for sale in Austin, Texas. So what they're doing is the people that are getting these who have ordered them, when they come in, they're flipping them. There you go. Pop that up on screen for the old kids. $146,000 there.
For an immediately depreciating asset.
Correct. And that's the issue.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, that's actually true, yeah.
It actually appreciated for these individuals who purchased it.
100%. And so that happened to me, by the way, with the Bronco. That new Bronco came in.
Right, so you can't really hate on it.
Well, a half hour later, a dealer called me and said, "Hey, dude, we'll give you $15,000 over MSRP if you flip this back to us." And I was like, "Yes, I don't really care about a car
It's
that
the
much."
FOMO, it's the FOMO effect. We can't have it, and all of a sudden we want it even more, and we'll pay way over retail for it.
But here's the fucked up thing, Giorgio. If that Bronco was electric and I could get that as an electric, I would not have turned that in. I would have taken that and been fine with it because of gas prices and all that other shit.
I actually just signed up for an electric car and put a down payment.
You know what year you'll get it? 2026.
You're not even going to ask me which one.
It didn't
What
matter.
company? Okay.
Doesn't matter. You'll get it in 2026. The only ones, because I've looked, because we were doing research for the shows and all this other shit, the only ones that I could find with a Ford Mach-E's, those Mustangs, Ford has done a great job at getting some of these vehicles out the door, and those you can find, but the range isn't great. I think it was 214 miles on those.
It's just Ford's design of the car, that's kind of up on them.
It is, but
Which
at
one
least
did you put it
they
down
got it
payment
out.
on?
Yeah, which one did you put it down?
I can
payment
tell
on?
you're fucking dying to tell us.
You haven't asked. The Polestar.
What the fuck is that?
It's Volvo's e-company.
Polestar sounds like something else to me.
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds.
that's why I wanted to get it, Dan.
Pop it up. You have a picture of it?
Do they
pulling up.
have a model called the Valtrex, or what the fuck's going on with
Yeah,
this
what's
thing?
going on with that?
Take your time. We're going to live forever.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe have this pulled up when you start the conversation next time, asshole.
Polestar. No, I'll give Giorgio some slack here. He went outside and shot some homeless panties and shit. So I'm looking at this. Man, you don't seem like a Polestar guy.
It's a pretty boring car, to be honest.
Why did you want this one?
Because I love Volvo. They had a really good range, and I think it looked like a pretty nice sedan.
But that looks like a Prius.
Yeah, I mean it's $48,000, so I figured it was like within my price budget.
It is.
And I liked it. Yeah.
And it's great. So how much? What's the range on that fucking thing? Does it tell you?
It does. It's 260.
260. Okay, so I mean, look, the Mach-E is going for about $45K. The one that a lot of listeners have sent in is the Volt. Now, the Volt is extremely affordable. I don't know where you get those, and I also don't know the range on them. I said I would look it up today.
Yeah,
on
the Chevy.
show.
That's a car's been out for a long time.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
those are
it's a
affordable.
hybrid.
Yeah. Oh, it's a hybrid. Gotcha. Well, they are making a fully electric version of it, but my point is they're not there. Like, we're not there yet. And Tesla's always fucking sold out of theirs. Even the resale of Tesla, if you want to use one, is still just as high as the fucking Rivian is. So we're not there yet. I would have no problem switching over to an electric vehicle, but we're not there.
Yeah, you want that luxury. I get it.
Well, no, but if you were to time this up as the White House and say, all right, we're going to jack up all the gas prices, make everybody switch over to electric, make sure you have the vehicles on hand, and then people would probably be down for it.
Well, see, that's you're still kind of you're red pilled at that point. You need to get black pilled.
Okay, what is that?
That means you've stopped believing in anything any of these cunts tell you and assume the absolute worst about them. So yeah, it may seem from the outside perspective that they're using the old European model to get people off of single-use fossil fuels and into like public transportation and shit like that, or in our case, electric cars. Why assume that they want any of this to continue? Like, what about anything that leftists have done? When I say leftists, I mean this sect inside the United States and the people that have these billionaire foreigners that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars in our elections. What makes you think they want any of this to work out for you and me?
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Like that's not, this is a social economic fire sale. Everything must go. Your ability to travel to work, to be able to travel anywhere, your freedom of movement, your ability to own property, right? Your ability to have bodily autonomy, your ability to speak freely is all being attacked constantly by this same group of people. So there shouldn't be any expectation that they're trying to fix any of this stuff.
What would be the fix, by the way? What would be the solution to this?
To the gas prices? I don't know. We just experienced it in 1979. Our economy is not that much more complicated.
We have the same president from 1979.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, Dan, here, correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, the only two places we can just turn the tap on and influx more oil is Saudi Arabia and Venezuela, correct? They have like pipelines already instated and can pump us more.
Yes.
Okay.
But we could have other pipelines domestically, but from the time the gas crisis started, they would have been completed by now. There's like a 4 to 6 month timeline for that.
But they haven't. So, but I'm just saying. And then Biden also has a Saudi Arabia visit, probably sometime in July
He
scheduled.
canceled that, actually.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I
not going to
think-
suck Mohammed bin Salman's dick?
Well,
No,
I mean, the
he
last
canceled
time when he was calling them during the initial stages of this gas crisis, they wouldn't answer the phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of political gamesmanship going on there, and
And
I would expect that Saudi Arabia and Russia are talking as well.
And then, from my understanding, even if they did release the certain amount of barrels that they have in reserve, it would only take a deficit of like 45 cents. So we're talking about a difference from $7 to $6.15, and no one's really going to care.
That's true. I wouldn't give a shit about 45. Like, that's not going to change my mind. I think at this point, you'd have to go down to $3 for me to be like, all right.
Which I don't think is possible at this point.
I don't
from
either.
What people have said.
No, I mean,
don't
if we
either.
if we cut off all the imports, we use about 18 million barrels a day, I think, right? Our strategic reserves got what, like 500 million left, something like that. That's 30 days,
Great.
give or take.
You know what else is in 30 days? 4th of July, when everybody's traveling. So I'm sure the gas prices will be real low for 4th of July
I mean,
weekend.
this is going to touch everything. It's going to touch air travel, right?
Yeah.
Those prices are going to go up, and people are going to travel less.
I just bought flights last night. Holy shit, are they expensive? What the fuck, dude?
Start assuming. This is actually something from Game of Thrones. That fucking mustachioed dude, the one that played the mayor in The Wire. Remember him? Fucking white English dude. I mean, that's what most people in Game of Thrones are rather. But he said, "I like to play a game. I imagine that the person I'm talking to has the worst possible intentions, and I think about what I might do if I were them." Right? Everything, like, I've said this a bunch of times before, over the past 10 years or so, everything about conservatism, and I don't mean Republicans or any of that stupid bullshit. I'm talking about the purpose of conservatism is to conserve what we have, right? Like family values, shit like that, right? And I don't mean gay shit. Family values is in like having intact family units. Has been attacked. Masculinity itself has been attacked. The police, the military, and now our financial institutions for the second time in 15 years are getting butt fucked, including the housing market. We're having another gas crisis that was completely of our own making. Like this did not need to happen. This happened only because leftists live, and there's enough of them that live in a fucking delusional fantasy where they think you can just, we'll figure it out, man. Hell yeah. Let's just stop farming. We'll figure it out in 3 years, how to save the world. Oh, yeah? Like, no, that's fucking stupid. And then there are nefarious elements inside our own and other governments that are clearly driving this in directions they want. There's no reason to participate in any of this shit.
So
you should start learning how to defend yourself against it. That's the impetus here.
Well, let me ask you this, because we've got the midterm elections coming up in November, right? Everybody's expecting it to be a bloodbath. It's usually finances that are at the top of that cause shit this.
It'll be it will absolutely be a red wave, no question about that, and nothing will happen. When's the last
Nothing
time?
will happen to gas or anything like that?
What the fuck are they going to do?
I don't know. What can they do?
They would have to get meaningful legislation passed. They would need 60% of the Senate and 60% of the House to do it. and they're not going to have either. Right?
They're not going to have 60 on each side?
No, you have to be able to move beyond cloture votes in the Senate or have a supermajority because Biden's going to veto any anti-fucking green energy shit you put up. You know what I mean? Like this, and not only the procedural obstructions, the Republicans are just as full of shit. We're seeing it now. They've spent more time capitulating on gun rights and then trying to set up this quick bill to protect themselves from the citizenry. And that's what it is, right? Notice how slow everybody is to, I don't know, Mitch McConnell goes into a meeting and Kevin McCarthy go into a meeting with their counterpart to say, hey, we want to stop a lot of this gun violence, but we think it's rooted in fatherless homes and poverty and shit like that. And we want to pass a bill to address those things specifically like we should have done in concordance with the crime bill in 97. That would be a reasonable thing to say. But to say you're going to go fucking negotiate my rights, like you don't have the right to do that.
No.
Right? But instead, you're spending your time pretending like you're doing something about our kids getting killed while you're demand we have to pass this bill by the end of the day to protect them and their family.
Yeah.
Not from random crime, right? Mm-hmm. Not from random crime. They're doing this to protect themselves from you and me. That's what patricians do over time. They build more and more layers of iron walls around them to protect them from the citizens that they're butt fucking every day.
Yeah. It's like the Vatican.
And we build the goddamn walls for them. That's the really the truly ironic part about it.
But we won't build one at the border, D'Anthony. Before we get to our first sponsor here, Matt Barnes saying Kenworth T680 with a company fuel card for the win. Maybe. Look, that's probably going to become an incentive, I would imagine, is giving out fuel cards to employees.
If you work for the federal government, they actually subsidize your public transportation. So when I worked at Homeland Security, the BART ride from Oakland to San Francisco was free.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's one of the only ones where you can ride public transportation and feel nice about it.
Sure, but it's not really free, is it? Mm-mm. You know what I mean? Like it's not. We're all paying for it.
Right.
And why should I ask everybody else to pay for my shit?
Yeah.
But aren't those government contracts some ways that these projects even stay afloat by selling X amount of tickets to all the government employees?
Yes.
Revenue that's coming in?
Yeah. That's the only way they get more funding. That's it. The only way you get more comfort when you sleep is to get a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 40% off the bundle package. It's still going and will probably go on forever because that bundle package is the best.
I mean, it
the
makes
adjustable base, yes. And the mattress combined together. Once I got it, I could never go back at that point. So I get it. Please leave it on the site forever. Also, if you just want 30% off everything in the entire store, just type in the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. You can put sheets in there. The pillows, the cooling pillows are amazing, especially because it's 1,000,000 fucking degrees here in Texas. So is the cooling mattress, which you can also put in the cart and get 30% off if you just want just the mattress or just the adjustable base. Or let's say you're getting weird, you want some fucking covers on top of that bed because you're doing butt stuff. You can put that in the cart and get 30% off with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, where for all of 2022, they get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest there as long as you have decent credits, and you can use all the deals that I just mentioned along with that and walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $20-25 a month. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, yesterday we talked about the Kavanaugh assassination attempt that was thwarted. Today we're getting more information on it. A 26-year-old man from Simi Valley, California, was arrested near Brett Kavanaugh's home in Maryland after threatening to kill the Supreme Court Justice. Nicholas John Roski. That's the guy?
Yeah,
that's the guy?
Yep.
His home address, Kavanaugh's home address has been shared by a number of people.
Correct.
Online, by the way. That's how that whole thing happened.
Yeah, and they said it was super easy. So that's the kid. Put him up one more time, Bob. Wow. That's strange.
But that's the case also for, this is something that a lot of people don't know. Anybody that runs for political office, you have to submit your fucking actual home address.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For your campaign finance reports and shit, and that's all public information.
You and I actually ran for local school board somewhere, and they found that guy's house. So it's all online.
Yeah.
Whenever you're a public official, your exact address is online. If you were going to change anything about those fucking bills. Probably that's one of them, I would say.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure why you would have a public figure's address in a public record. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it sure doesn't. But they do anyways.
Yeah. And this guy, this all reads like MK Ultra shit to me. This whole thing. Describe the
I will, yes. I'll go through
timeline
this.
here, yeah, 'cause
So he arrived at Kavanaugh's residence by taxi just after 1 a.m. and was immediately spotted by U.S. Marshals, who are part of a 24-hour security, which is provided to justices due to this leaked draft opinion that came out last month for Roe v. Wade. Surprisingly, this young man was not arrested until he called 911 and said he was suicidal and intended to murder the Supreme Court justice. Now, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
So let me get this. I'm trying to walk myself through this.
Same.
The guy, Roski, however you say his name, he had a Glock 17. He had a knife, zip ties. He had pepper spray, a hammer.
He had a hammer
for breaking a window or something. I don't know what that was for. He does his little fucking 80s movie montage scene where he's fucking ready.
Yeah,
right.
We did one in Range 15. Yeah,
yeah, or whatever, and then makes it all the way over to Kavanaugh's home. And this guy, by the way, is from California, but he lived in Seattle before that. So you know who this guy is, right?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
an Antifa cunt.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
At any rate, he does all this stuff. He gets over there, and then he calls the cops on himself. So they have nobody in actual danger, but they still get to pass their little bill protecting them against all of us. You know what I mean? This is all very suspect to me.
Is that a picture with him and his parents there, Bob? Well, who posted it? What article
It's
is
probably
that?
on Facebook or some shit.
Strange, dude. Strange. It definitely doesn't look like a kid who would do shit like this.
Now, he looks like he was happy at some point.
Yeah. What's none of the story really makes any fucking sense to me. I don't go that deep into conspiracy, but I mean, shit. This is more Sean's territory. Where is Sean?
Are you familiar with the Simi Valley Bros?
Oh, yeah, the real bros of Simi Valley.
So,
fucking love
I
those
am.
dudes.
So do I. I've shot.
That scene where he fucking the homeboy almost gets in a fight with the baby is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It's great. Sean, the one thing that he specializes in conspiracy, and he's magically gone.
Yeah, guess where he is.
Where is he?
He's
The
in the
Taco
back.
Bell?
Yeah, he's in the back.
He's working.
What's he doing in the fucking back?
I don't know.
Just being Sean, dude. The fucking Mexican pizza's sold out, so tell him he can come back. That's crazy. With this, I don't get too far into fucking conspiracies, but this is just so fucking weird. You don't have a choice but to ask yourself, what is this?
This guy does all this stuff, shows up on scene, then calls the cops on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the cops get there, he lets them know that he's there because of the Roe v. Wade opinion and his fear that Kavanaugh would loosen gun laws, the two major fucking social talking points going on right now.
Right.
Come on, man. Like, you can't ask me to fucking believe this shit.
I
don't believe it. I want to talk to this guy's family, honestly.
Yeah, so here's what he said during his first court appearance. He appeared confused, and when he was asked if he was thinking clearly, he responded, "I think I have a reasonable understanding, but I wouldn't say I'm thinking clearly." What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. And they're trying to charge him with attempted murder. You can't do that.
That carries 20 years in prison.
Yeah, but that's not. He didn't attempt to murder the guy. He was lying in wait. That's a completely separate charge. That's got like a fucking 8-year sentence, I believe. I mean, he did say that he intended to murder the guy, but he didn't actually take any action. He stopped himself beforehand and called the cops. So he's never going to go to jail, this guy. He'll be in a psych facility for some small amount of time, and then he'll be released. Or they'll fucking nuke him, right? It'll be one of the two. Don't be surprised if this guy is in a psych ward and hangs himself 6 months from now.
Yeah,
right?
It's
very
the whole
it's
thing
very
is so
Epstein.
odd, and I know we don't want to show the parents and everything, but it looks like he comes from like a normal fucking family. I just don't buy any of this.
This is all bullshit.
I wonder what Alex Jones has to say about it.
I can only imagine. I'm actually probably going to. I tune in every now and again if he hits me up or if I know what he's going to be talking about specifically. But I'm probably going to go check it out tonight. Although it might get drowned out with all the fucking Jan 6 bullshit going on.
It's J6, Dan.
Yeah.
It's J6, okay? This is the shot columns. The shot columns are around this. We should have him back on the show. Now that we have a fucking Patreon, we should have him back on the fucking show.
Yeah.
Man, that's weird.
21 Dins. I don't know what conversation is going on in the chat here, but he says, but to be fair, Bush ran roughshod all over the Constitution with the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act, you're absolutely right about that, 100%. But everybody voted for the Patriot Act.
Right.
Like it was.
Both sides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody voted for that. And I don't mean that to let Bush off the hook. He's a cunt. But he definitely had everybody's support to spy on everyone. Because they want the opportunity when they're in power to be able to spy on people too. That's can't trust any of these fucking people.
No, you can trust mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposit up to $1,000. Got 2 title fights in a heated rematch. Giorgio, this is UFC 275. You got any bets for this?
Yeah.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
I think what's Dan? You got my bookie up. What's
I'll
Glover
pull
to
him up.
share right now?
Glover
Is
to
he-
share. You're gonna go with Glover?
I mean, Glover, like as a champion, he's
winning.
probably plus money.
Right now, Glover. Sorry.
That's all right.
Take your time.
Take your time. We're going to live
Yeah.
forever.
No,
dude.
we
I'm
got all
waiting
day
for it.
here.
We're
I'm
gonna live
waiting for
forever.
it. So outright, Glover's plus 160.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Those odds are nice. Are you going Glover then?
No,
Yeah, I am.
no. I'm going Yuri.
Oh shit,
Yuri
we're
minus
split on this
200.
panel.
You kind of have to parlay that, obviously, with minus 200. I don't usually lay down that kind of.
Parlay of the Valentina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
you parlay that with Valentina because she ain't losing.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
about as most sure thing as you can get.
Are you going with
Whaley or Joanna?
Joanna in the rematch?
I give it to Joanna.
I think Joanna in the rematch.
After
yeah.
Whaley losing to Rose like that, coming off, and then
Why don't you guys do a fucking full card parlay?
yeah, you should do a full card
Like
parlay,
each
dude.
one of you do one. We'll post it up on the interwebs.
And then whoever wins gets to kill the other person.
Yeah.
That's a lot for this card. But
Or maybe tomorrow we'll do like a 15-minute UFC show. Like
Yeah,
we
that'd be
do with
great.
Golf. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So Glover here is an underdog. There's an exclamation mark in this copy. That's a crazy value, which Dan loves to say. Delco, if
you have a
you're,
champion, that's plus money.
I like
I know.
how the sponsors are now quoting hosts from the fucking show.
It's awesome.
Stop stealing our shit, my bookie.
It's great.
You're supposed to be sending us stuff.
I like
to say.
it. It makes it fucking easier for me to read. It's
Danny
great.
value play.
I lost my fucking ass on that Warriors game last night. So, like, dude, I'm all in on Glover.
Didn't Rob
Let's go.
have the Celtics?
He's got him winning, yeah.
I
Yeah,
have the
actually,
Celtics, too.
when we did the baseball show yesterday, Dan called it. It was like a 7 to 10 point Boston victory.
Yeah.
That's the one that made sense. But
I
we'll see.
took the Warriors plus 3.5. I lost.
On Friday, you should take the Warriors.
Oh, so
Okay.
always take the Warriors third quarter.
Yeah,
I always
They
do
always
that.
go off in the third
even
quarter.
even though Boston held them on, they came back a little bit at the end. They still outscored them by 8 points in the third quarter, and
Yeah.
that was considered, like, if you listened to all the pundits today, that was considered a good performance by Boston.
Yeah. Now look, bet anything, anytime, anywhere with mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposits. Great for UFC 275. And the NBA Finals game is on Friday night this week. Like you have NBA Finals Wednesday, J6 hearings on Thursday night primetime, and then NBA Finals on Friday.
Do they have any bets on J6?
Bob, look it up on mybookie.com. If there is any J6 bets for tonight, I'll do them at the end of the show for sure. For fucking sure. I wouldn't be shocked. They usually do shit like this, so who knows?
Like events and stuff.
Yeah. So let's see. I'll read them if they do have them at the end of the show. Just let me know. Next up, Proposition H relieves a pain in San Francisco's ass. San Francisco residents have successfully voted to recall their useless district attorney, Chesa Boudin. On Tuesday, Boudin was ousted from his position as DA after 60% of residents voted in favor of Proposition H, which asked him to be removed, Anthony. This doesn't happen very often. I was super shocked by this, actually.
There's been surprisingly few major city or statewide recalls in the history of the country.
Remember Gavin Newsom was up for a recall, and
was
that didn't work either.
He was the third.
This worked.
Yeah.
Newsom won.
Only one of them has worked. It was way back in the day.
Okay.
But Scott Walker, 2012 in Wisconsin, won against his recall efforts, and obviously Newsom won as well.
Yeah.
But now it's so this job, the San Francisco district attorney, this guy's now been recalled, and they're going to have to find a replacement for him. There was a short-term interim one, but the one before him was the current DA from Los Angeles, George Gascon, right? Who's doing the exact same thing that Budin's doing in San Francisco, and
He's
fucking it up
worse,
just as bad.
yeah.
He's actually getting recalled right now as well.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, it's a matter of days now, I think, until the.
Well, did you see the video? We played this in RPR earlier on the week. Did you see the video of the woman and her baby in a stroller getting fucking run over by the Prius?
Yeah, that guy didn't get charged.
5 months.
Or for the previous crime he committed, he was out. Yeah.
So this guy's gonna. That guy in Los Angeles deserves to get recalled as well.
It's in the process now. He's not going to win, and neither will the Democrats hold on to the mayor office there, because it's basically a Republican who's running as a Democrat.
Yeah, he changed over to a Democrat right before he entered the race just to do it.
Do you know who the San Francisco district attorney was before the L.A. mayor?
Was it Kamala?
Yeah.
It was?
So it's been Kamala Harris, George Gascon, and Chesa Boudin.
Great.
San Francisco should never give anyone advice on anything ever again, because they have sustained, since 2004, elected the worst possible people to oversee one of the more important departments in a fucking city.
Not only that, but like, were you in San Francisco? Did you ever go in the 90s or any of that stuff?
No.
It was beautiful.
I mean, it was
a beautiful city.
It was beautiful into the 2010s.
Was it?
Yeah.
I hadn't been back. Actually, you're right. I went back for a Braves playoff game against the Giants, and I took public transportation. You're right. It's a beautiful city that is simply fucking ruined by horrific politicians.
I highly recommend you read the Atlantic piece.
I will. I actually don't have a subscription to the Atlantic. Are they still subscription based?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, but some of the stuff isn't behind a paywall. There's a decent article. I think it recently came out about a interview they did with Mohammed bin Salman. So it was good. Peek
great.
into the kingdom.
Is the Athletic owned by the Atlantic?
The Athletic did get bought out by somebody. I forget who it was.
Yeah, that's
though.
what I was trying to figure out.
No.
I'm a big fan of the Athletic.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You gotta pay for that though.
They cover soccer really well.
Oh well. Congratulations.
They hired a lot of people.
Congratulations.
The New York Times owns them.
That's it.
Oh, well,
Here it is. I mean, look, everybody owns everybody these days, so who gives a shit? Dan just hates the Saudi guy, because he's ruining the PGA for him. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Wait till Tiger takes that $1 billion.
He ain't taking the
brother.
billion, but it's a real threat now. It's a real thing.
Somebody,
is.
BT Bates in the chat asked if we mentioned some details about Chesa Boudin's parents. Yeah, they were, I think, members of the Weather Underground.
What the fuck is that?
It was a hippie terrorist organization.
Weather Underground?
Yeah.
That's fun. That's a fun name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Timothy Leary. They broke him out of federal prison and all that
No shit.
And they firebombed a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But I believe Boudin's parents actually killed somebody.
That's great. Good for them.
They were involved with Bill Ayers and all those people that ran Weather Underground.
Okay.
So it's like, it's been this process. We like to think all this shit popped up in the last 10 years, but it started in schools. Like, McCarthy was kind of right about stuff that was going on. He just thought it was the Soviets and not just warped fucking Marxist ideology that permeated through education, higher education in America. He was wrong. It wasn't Hollywood.
Right.
It was fucking every major university in the country.
That's amazing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, that's how you would do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you would start, that's the lowest hanging fruit. Nobody pays attention to the curriculum at universities. They just
No.
expect that their kids are going there and getting $120,000 worth of education. But they've been systematically programming people for years. And like, okay, we've got that locked down. Now how do we get them younger? And that's why they're in our fucking elementary schools now with their bullshit.
Great.
Yeah, they're
We're
coming.
on the right path.
They're definitely coming for your kids, folks.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Next up, Chinese pilots troll Canadian and Australian jets. Chinese jets recently harassed Canadian and Australian planes, further escalating tensions between China and the West. A Canadian plane monitoring North Korea was repeatedly buzzed by Chinese fighter jets, sometimes coming close enough so that the pilots could see each other. That's some Top Gun shit.
I've got a theory on this. I think that the Chinese pilots had just watched Top Gun. Like they got a bootleg copy, and they saw
movie.
that first scene where he pops up through those two jets. Spoiler alert, but there's a lot. I mean, that's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. Yeah, you're good.
They saw the movie and they're like, my job is even, they have no context for how evil their country is probably, I wouldn't expect, but being a fighter pilot is pretty goddamn cool, obviously. I mean, nobody makes it look cooler than Tom fucking Cruise.
No.
And you see that movie and you're like, these dudes are probably dead by now, these pilots.
Yeah.
Right. In the normal military, you just get chewed out for this, but it's China, so they throw you into the ocean or whatever, but...
Well, they make you break rocks. Don't you
I
have to go to, like,
understand.
a work camp or something?
Sometimes, yeah. I understand getting hyped up on a movie, though, right?
Fuck yeah.
Whenever, I assume whenever Giorgio saw Biker Boys back in the day, he immediately went out and got himself a Gixxer fucking, like,
Oh, I'm sure.
1,000 cc engine bike, and he was, super into the whole scene.
Riding through the Salton Sea.
So do you want to know the
fucking shit
truth?
up.
Yes.
I tried.
Did you really?
Do you know what I got?
What'd you get?
150cc scooter.
Oh, God, dude.
I like those little 150 or 110s. Those are the ones we like.
The scooter?
The mini dirt bike 110s. Jared's got some of those. We used to fuck around in a lot. Actually,
Oh, yeah, dude. I fucking crashed one at his house, dude.
I've got a video somewhere of Bert Koontz.
I ate shit on that fucking thing at his house,
Yeah.
dude. Just absolutely. He goes, no, it's super easy. I was like, man, I've never been on one of these things. Wing, 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 brap, brap, Ray, brap, brap. And I think it ran through his fucking gate.
Yeah, probably. This is why you got to keep tensions low between countries, though.
So I
But
thought
this
I
is
was
what
cool.
Giorgio got, though. This is like a European scooter. How fast do those things go, Giorgio?
About 65, 70.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's an
50cc
upgrade
is
from
slow.
it's an upgrade from the Vespa. The Vespa is kind of like puttering around, but this one will move.
Yeah, they'll go at 30, 35. Yeah, but these will get you there.
So anyway, back to the point of all this. We got to keep tensions low between our countries because whatever you might think about China or its military, they're still just fucking dudes. And dudes are fucking morons.
Yeah.
They're always going to do this.
Yeah.
They're always going to do stupid shit. If you don't think there's two like Chinese infantry dudes right now throwing rocks at each other at a firing range somewhere or trying to convince each other to look at their dick and calling the other one gay or something, like it's happening. That's just how it works.
That's a great movie idea.
What is?
It's just Chinese. We do a fake Chinese military. It's like waiting. It's just all the inner military stuff.
Now, do we do it in yellowface?
Yeah, do we do it? Like, is it going to be a YouTube video where they say that all of this was caused because of a YouTube video? Remember that fucking story?
You talking about Benghazi?
Yeah. Remember that one? Wasn't that a fun one? And it was all because of that video, Dan. That was on that short film that nobody saw.
Speaking of that, there's 911 people watching right now.
Is it real? Oh, boy. Yeah, can't make that up. That is real, actually. That is absolutely real. But with this fighter jet thing, if you did watch Top Gun, and let's face it, if you're out there and haven't seen it already, you're kind of a loser at this point because it's a great film. I've seen it. My kid wanted to go again, so I took him again. I've seen it twice. Wouldn't you want to try to pull this off if you could, if you were in the jet? Like, let's see if it works, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, so if I'm the Chinese pilot or pilots, however many it was, I would just be like, nah, they're lying, dude. This is propaganda. Like, I would never do that. And then everybody in the Chinese Top Gun school are like, yeah, he's actually probably done that several times. This is just the first time they fucking reported it. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of this doesn't sound like there's no world in which the Chinese pilot, their general, is on the phone with them, right? They're on their comms and they're like, hey, man, what do you see out there? Oh, it's a couple of fucking Western jets. Like, you know what you should do is fucking go troll them. Like, no, man, that's not a thing we do. We don't do that shit. Firing across their bow or doing presence patrols and shit like that, but like buzzing them, we don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody ever does that.
Do you think they were singing High Ray to the Danger Zone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think so, yeah. Can we
get
find
that?
No, don't sing the whole thing.
No, you got to say High Ray to the Danger Zone.
They'll demonetize it. I do want to, if you could find a YouTube video of a karaoke with an Asian person singing Highway to the Danger Zone.
High Ray to the Danger Zone.
I would really like to hear that.
That'd be great. I'd love to hear that.
Not on the
as
show,
well.
but I would like to hear it after.
Well, if you want to play it on the show, you can play it on the show, you know.
It's not like we're making any money off this anyways.
No, dude, none of this is monetized on YouTube, so who cares? Who cares? Now, if you're out there and you want to speak another language, you can go to Babbel. Babbel's the .com/drinkinbros. That's the place where you can learn another language if you want to learn proper Chinese, okay? For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college isn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. Now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. English would be mine right now. If you can teach me that, Babbel, that'd be great. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. There's a couple that are left off there. I wonder why. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent, which, again, I need help with. There's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can also access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/drinkinbros. That is babbel.com/drinkinbros for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, that is a language for life. Next up, D'Anthony, California proposes fighting racism with racism. We should actually just do one full fake news on just the state of California.
I think it's like backdraft, right? Like sometimes you got to start a fire to
Goddamn right you
put
do.
a fire out, and sometimes you got to do a bunch of racist shit to.
You got to suck it in and then suck it back out, dude, backdraft style. A task force in California has proposed fighting fire with fire, releasing a 492-page report arguing in favor of re-segregating schools. Let that sink in.
Yeah, we should also re-invade Vietnam while we're at it.
Why not?
Let's go all the way back. Well, I guess we'd have to
back.
go to Korea to get back before Jim Crow got outlawed.
Yeah.
Korea, you're on my list. I just want you to know that.
Damn right, Korea. Both
Koreas.
North and South. We don't discriminate here. We're
Yeah.
going after both.
Unlike you assholes, I don't discriminate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm killing all Koreans.
The report created by the task force to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans recommends creating a separate system of publicly funded schools specifically for African Americans, even though the state's constitution prohibits discrimination on the basis of race.
Do you remember what the response from civil rights activists was to separate but equal?
No.
Separate but equal is never equal.
Oh.
That's literally the phrase they used.
Great.
Yeah.
So we're back there now.
Yeah, why not, man?
Why not, I guess?
This is called revenge racism, by the way.
It's what it feels like. So these reparations are getting further and further down the road as far as like bills getting passed. Like we're getting close there in California with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine. So California's got about 40 million people, right, give or take, and about 35% are Republican. Not right-leaning centrist, but like Republican.
Right.
I don't know what 35% of 40 million, well, I do know. It's like 14%, right? 14 million people. 14 million people aren't going to continue paying California taxes if this shit passes. They're just going to take their money and businesses and leave. I guarantee you.
Well, they already are now, and this shit hasn't gone into place.
A lot of them have, yeah. But this would be a wholesale move of people. They would sell all their shit and leave. Like the fucking Beverly Hillbillies in reverse.
So ultimately, the panel proposed that California government should, and this is in quotations, estimate the value of black-owned businesses and property in California stolen or destroyed through acts of racial terror, distribute this amount back to black Californians, and make housing grants zero-interest business and housing loans and grants available to black Californians. That can never happen, right? Not only that, but like California wasn't involved in the Civil War.
No, they.
Or did they have they
Not
had
really.
slavery,
They
right?
were a state. They were not a slave state,
Yeah.
but they were a state at the time of the Civil War.
1854,
Something
maybe?
like that. Yeah, they wanted to lock down
I'm
that
gonna
gold
say.
real hard.
Yeah.
But they were, they didn't really have anything going on.
So how did that affect California, I guess is what I'm trying to figure out.
It didn't. So there's no one. California as a state never had slavery. No one that lives in California owned slaves, and no one that lives in California was a slave. See how that works?
So what are we going to do?
Is it reparations for other government discrimination since?
I
Because
mean,
certainly
maybe,
there
but
were racist laws on the books
sure,
in California.
But Latin Americans would be do much more of that than Black Americans would.
no, I'm not disagreeing.
and Chinese Americans.
Wait,
as well,
hang on,
right?
Bob. So I'm reading further down in this report. So the report itself makes a number of controversial claims, such as despite California entering the Union in 1850 as a free state, its early state government supported slavery. But they didn't actually do it,
Supported
right?
how? Like Congress?
Mentally? Were they
Congress
giving high fives? or-
Maybe they were, I don't know, complicit in the
They had
system
they had a flag that just said slavery.
Yeah.
It was like a barstool flag, but instead of Saturdays are for the boys, it said slavery's for the boys. Like what the fuck? How do you support something without actually taking
I don't
steps
know.
in the legal process to support it?
It's also worth noting that, I mean, I guess they were a state for sure, but like, they didn't have 40 million people back then.
No.
It's like fucking 12
No.
people.
Right. Nobody
Yeah.
fucking lived there.
It was a lot of Asians, to be honest with you, because they were working on the gold mines and railroads.
Yep.
I mean, fucking William Walker took Baja, California with 40 dudes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's because nobody wanted it.
No.
Nobody wanted
And
it.
they still don't.
We're not giving money to Asians. Like they should be bitching about it.
Well, that's because, there was a constant, it is very different. This is a very complicated conversation to have. So the Asian community had more and more of their family members who were established entrepreneurs moving to the United States to link up with Asian communities that were already here, right? Not the same for Black communities. You understand?
Gotcha.
Like it's very, very different. Those two communities are in no way connected.
And this was during like the settlement and the railroad construction time periods that we're discussing?
Yeah, so they were, I mean, do you remember the movie Tombstone? The mayor of the town or the sheriff of the town was the chair of the anti-Chinese league.
Yeah.
Like that was a thing. There was quite a bit of industrial Chinese folks and other Asian folks there making money, making businesses and shit, and it was pissing people off.
There is, for people talk about the Tulsa massacre a lot, rightfully so, it's fucked up. But that happened to like 20 Chinatowns across the United States.
Yeah, nobody said a fucking word.
Yeah, Gigi just said, my great-grandfather ran for office in California on the platform of, quote, the Chinese must go, which is her great-grandfather. So that would have been probably in the early 20th century.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it's just it's two very different communities. So it's not really fair to compare them, I would say. But it is trouble. Like some of this stuff, I think, makes some sense.
I don't know. Did you read the rest of this? Because this report also claims American government at all levels, including California, has historically criminalized African Americans on the purpose of social control and to maintain an economy based on exploited black labor. Now, that I agree with, but not. It's the words including California. Like that's not real.
A very long time ago, that was true. Now,
But not California.
this is the crux of this argument is that somebody's been wronged and that it needs to be made right. What does that mean? Made right for whom? Their ancestors, right? Like we've all dealt with ancestral bullshit. Now, if these issues are still affecting them, we should fix it because fixing it is the right thing to do, not because of their ancestors suffering. They're not suffering anymore. They're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Right? Let's forget about all that nonsense and stop the suffering without any kind of attachment to your fucking race or like a poor white person in the Appalachian Mountains is starving just like a fucking poor black person in the inner city. Those two people are equal and they must be helped by us, right? It doesn't do us any good to go through all these processes, determine who does and doesn't deserve how much help. That's fucked up.
Yeah. It's strange. So the final report of California's reparations panel will be released in July of 2023. So get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, that should be.
Dan, it's only one more year, so they're going to take their time with this.
Yeah.
They're really going to figure it out. Maybe it'll be available on audiobook.
Daniel in the chat says, all I can think about when you said Asian person singing was the South Park episode about Wing. That's a very good episode.
Okay.
It's the shitty walk guy who, spoiler alert, turns out to be a white dude in disguise. In like season 18 or something, they reveal that. I don't remember, but
Spoilers.
yeah.
Spoilers.
It's been
What is there, 90 seasons of South Park?
They're on 26 now, so
Are they really?
that's at least 8 years
Fucking
old. Yeah, Wing was some lady that was trying to get on. There was a fight between the Triads and the boys, Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman, to be her manager or some shit like that.
That's
It was
awesome.
fucking retarded.
That's awesome.
Very funny episode. And the other one is 21 Den Hop gave you $5.65 for 1 gallon of gas.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm gonna use that today. I got to fill up on the way home. Next up, sponsor-wise, we got buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. Just ordered some new ones to the household. I work out with these guys on, by the way, the big ones.
Over the years?
Yeah, I'm not. They do the wireless and they do them the best there is. For me, dude, I just like the old school, like locked in. I can't hear the outside world. Fuck everybody. You've got the new ones right there. Pan on over there. There it is. Boom. Look at that.
Yeah. These are the Raycon Fitness.
So fucking nice those are.
Yeah, this is the loudest in-ear I've had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the loudest one. Actually, I let Brittany borrow them the other day for something, and she wants them now.
They're the best. Dude, I ordered a pair. They were sold out of these guys.
Yeah.
I've got those as well.
These are the new ones. These are the
brand new.
This is the best version they have so far. It also
32 hours of battery life those fucking things have.
They changed the shape a little bit, and there's this rubber piece right here that goes along the outside that holds it in your ear better. That's why it's the fitness model. Like I've done Peloton, my normal workouts, running around, everything. It's very secure. You're not going to drop them.
They're amazing. 32 hours of battery life. I'm going to repeat that one more time because I don't know that anybody's doing that. So you get 8 hours of playtime if you were just to go continuous, and then 32 hours of battery life. And then when you need to charge them, they just charge them in that box right there, which is super convenient. With Raycons, you get the same quality audio as other premium audio brands, but at half the price. And that's fucking real, by the way. The Bose and the Beats by Dr. Dre and all that shit, there is no fucking difference except for like a $200 hike. These are all under $100, and they're the best I've ever had. So much so, in fact, that like I've used my own promo code 3 or 4 times to go back for these, even for the kids. They're great. Check out Raycon's wireless earbuds that Dan had right there in his hand. My guess is you're going to want to give them a 5-star review as well. They've got over 5,000 5-star reviews.
No, they've got 47,000.
Shut the
five-star
fuck
reviews.
up.
I'm looking at their website right now because I'm getting ready to buy
God
some.
damn it, dude. They're blowing up.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking everywhere,
47,000 5-star reviews. That's on, God, I can't remember the name of the site that does that. We used to, I had to deal with them when I was at Black Rifle back in the day because it's like the main.
Yeah, it's hard.
Review
It's
site.
hard to get reviews.
They have to like verify your identity and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like 50,000 people.
That's
are
amazing.
Big fans of this. That's just for the fitness, not for Raycon overall.
I know, dude.
This is for a product that's been out for like fucking 2 months.
These are blowing up. Go to buyraycon.com/drinkinbros today and get 15% off your Raycon order. That is buyraycon.com/drinkinbros to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com/drinkinbros. Those are my faves. Next up, people are mysteriously dropping dead from heart failure. People under the age of 40 are being encouraged to have their hearts checked after an increase of cases in sudden adult death syndrome. The syndrome known as SADS. Is that really the acronym they wanted to go with for that?
By the way, Raycon, you need to use the Drinkin 15 code as well.
Drinkin
That,
15?
they didn't put that in the copy, but the link that they send it to doesn't automatically apply the.
Put in Drinkin 15 at checkout at
Anyways,
buyraycon.com/drinkinbros.
It's like
SADS is a weird acronym.
It's a play on sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But the sudden adult, it's like saying black hole. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's just people are dropping dead from heart attacks. Now I think we can all guess why. there's only been really one thing that's changed over the last couple of years that's causing all of this. And I don't mean vaccines necessarily, but maybe it's the spike protein or something like that, but something about COVID and the way we treat it is causing this for sure. Mm-hmm. It could be like there have been elevated levels of cardiac issues in young boys that are unvaccinated as well, that had COVID, like had a severe case of COVID and they had it. So it could be that it's, you're going to get some of those issues either way for a certain percent of the population. There's also some reason to believe from some of the studies I've seen that having COVID then getting vaccinated afterwards could cause some of these issues as well. Yeah. Like it can kind of double down on the side effect instead of just trusting natural immunity. But it's TBD, right?
Yeah, so right now, SADS is estimated to be responsible for the deaths of around 4,000 children, teens, and young adults per year, although those numbers have recently risen. Currently, the only known indicators of someone being at risk of SADS is a family history of sudden, unexplained death and or fainting and seizures when exercising or excited.
Interesting. That sounds like a circulation issue, doesn't it?
Yeah. Baker Heart and Diabetes Institute in Australia is creating the first ever SADS database, hoping to find some common factors in these cases. A young 31-year-old named Catherine Keane suddenly died in her sleep while living with her friends in Dublin. Her mom, Margarita, told reporters that her daughter was healthy and, quote, went to the gym and walked 10,000 steps every day. So who knows? It's super fucking strange, and I hate to go to the vaccine and shit, but what else was there?
Well, there's the COVID itself, right?
Oh, that's true. Yep.
Like we don't know that. A lot of people say, "Oh, fucking, you got this and this happened." Well, okay, cool, but there's other factors involved here.
Sure,
it could be like there's quite a bit of evidence that suggests having had the virus itself, especially a bad case of it, would have the same effect as any of the negative vaccines. I mean, that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you're treating something inside your body with something that's similar to the actual disease, chances are that the fucking side effects are going to look a lot like the sickness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we don't know the answer to that. I think it's harmful to speculate about things, and you don't gain.
I agree.
You don't gain anything in life by saying shit that you don't know is true.
By the way, for SIDS, as someone who just had a fucking infant or whatever, they still say they have no idea how it happens. For SIDS, they're like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck this is. We don't know why it happens. And then all the preventative shit they tell you to do is make sure they don't choke to death. So I'm like, okay, is it choking then? Is that what it is? And they're like, yeah, we don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah.
No. It's a crazy scare tactic because when you have a baby, they're like, watch out for SIDS. It's like, great, what do I watch out for? We don't know. But just watch out, okay?
It's like an aneurysm.
Yeah. Oh, there's Sean. Where did you go, Sean? What did you get there? What kind of food? PT Terry's?
Got some PT Terry's.
Got some PT Terry's, you fucking dirtbag.
How long has it been gone?
Been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like
that place is next,
show.
Sean, that place is next door. I've been gone for an hour.
Now, he went to the good one where you don't see homeless vaginas.
Okay. All right, Sean. We had a conspiracy story, and you weren't here for it. Okay?
Yeah, we're an hour 18 in. That was like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, what the fuck, Sean? I hope that PT Terry's is worth it.
And Joel's behind him, so yeah.
Joel?
Yeah.
Did you get PT Terry's too? Yeah. All right. And I know, by the way, it's P. Terry's now after learning that the hard way, but I've always called it PT, and I'm not going to stop now because I don't really give a shit. And it's better than Whataburger. I'll continue to say that until I die, which might be any time, according to that last story here of heart failure. Who knows?
So there's sudden infant death syndrome and sudden adult death syndrome. Are the teens the only ones who are safe?
It would be TADS, right?
I'm just wondering if anyone can just die suddenly no matter any reason.
Maybe. Who fucking knows, dude? Who knows? But finally, in the next story, we got some good news as far as health is concerned. Cancer drug has recently been tested and has cured 100% of its patients. For the first time in history, an experimental cancer treatment has resulted in 100% of participants going into remission. 18 rectal cancer patients in Manhattan were given the drug. There's no way you expect me to pronounce that.
No, I don't know that I could, to be honest.
Dostarlimab. Going with it. And if you want to go ahead and give me that bell ringing to say that that's correct, Thank you. I appreciate it. Every 3 weeks over a 6-month period has appeared to work. At the end of the 6 months, every member of the study was declared to be in remission and remain cancer-free for 25 months. People suffering from rectal cancer normally have to undergo radiation treatment, chemotherapy, or a risky surgery, which could potentially lead to permanent bowel dysfunction. According to Dr. Hannah K. Sanoff from the Lineberger Comprehensive Cancer Care Center in North Carolina, although the results are promising, it's still not clear whether the patients are completely cured. She was not involved in the study, but she does say very little is known about the duration of time needed to find out whether a clinical complete response to the dostarlimab, equates to a cure. Now that I understand. With cancer, it goes on several years, potentially even the rest of your life. I've had a lot of friends with cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know how you find out whether or not this is going to be correct.
No.
But if I had it, I would certainly take this, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's so cancer is like, think of it as putting water on top of a sugar cube almost, right? Like the cell through mitosis or some other process sometimes kind of disintegrates. The cell itself like just turns into mush, almost like an old piece of food or something. So for that reason, there's a lot of belief that aside from just exposure to radiation, generally speaking, some people, there's an error in their DNA somewhere, right, that causes there to be a high risk for cancer over time. Now, there have been a number of genes identified that are associated with cancer, so it's probably true. And it may turn out that this is just like what you don't want to do is gene altering, like mRNA vaccines, for example. Yeah, I would not recommend that. But something that's treating the symptom of it, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. And there's no reason to expect that the remission will last forever. But if you look at the dosage, they get the drug every 3 weeks over a 6-month period. That's not very many pills or whatever the dose. If it's an IV bag or whatever, once every 3 weeks for 6 months, that's not that much treatment,
right?
To be honest,
right.
I mean, considering the positive effect.
No, it's great. And you were chiming in, Bob?
Yeah, this article I found reading up on it before the show said there were very few, almost no side effects throughout this as well. And the next step would be to go to a larger clinical trial. They don't expect it to also have a 100% success rate, but they say they hope they eat their words.
All right. Look, I hope so too, man. Cancer's a bitch. We've lost a ton of friends to it. And it's at least promising and hopeful in a world that has grown cold and dark. Last but not least, artificial intelligence can't stop being racist, Dan. Yannick Kilcher, an artificial intelligence researcher, created an AI which was trained using posts from a popular online forum. Considering the material fed to the algorithm, it comes as no surprise that the resulting AI was racist, sexist, and violent. Kilcher fed 3.3 million threads from the website 4chan into the program before unleashing his creation on the internet, where it made 30,000 offensive posts in less than 1 day. Using a language model learned from the forum posts, the AI was able to write posts that were indistinguishable from those posts written by humans, which I feel is already happening on Twitter. The posts accurately encapsulated a mix of offensive humor, nihilism, trolling, and distrust in mainstream information, sources that permeates the 4chan community. I didn't see this story, man. This is fucking hilarious. One user who interacted with the AI said hi to the bot, which was met with a rant about illegal immigrants. I'm telling you, this is already going on Twitter right now.
Maybe this explains the YouTube comments for the last 15 years.
It has to, right? It has to. The results of the experiments closely resemble the outcome of the AI created by Microsoft in 2016. The Microsoft AI, which they named Tay, which is a fun name, Tay in the Wind, was given a Twitter account where it was able to learn from users' tweets. Within 24 hours, Microsoft shut Tay down after the AI began posting tweets such as, Hitler was right, I hate the Jews, Ted Cruz is the Cuban Hitler, and I fucking hate feminists, and they should all die and burn in hell. Again, these were all creations of the AI from Microsoft. That is not from us. I think this is already happening, and I'm being totally serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, right? So Twitter reached an agreement yesterday with Elon Musk where they're going to give him all the raw data, that allegedly, right?
Right.
So we'll see. I don't know if he's not really like a fucking gifted coder or anything, so it's not like he's going to write AI to be able to fucking...
But you can bet he's got some goddamn people on his staff who can sift through this info.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, who knows if they'll be able to identify, like You have to make a machine that's X% more complicated than the one you're trying to trick, right?
Right.
It's like the 10% rule. You got to be 10% smarter than the fucking tool you're using.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you go, like the way you would program an algorithm to say the same thing with the same message in 1,000 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's some pretty complex algorithm going on to make sure, like, you can change one word here and one word there, but to make sure that the message stays the same through all of that, it's a pretty complex machine. It should be it'll be interesting to see how they unpack all this stuff. I'll say that.
Yeah. I don't know how this is going to shake out, but I just assumed that this was already going down.
Elon's a pretty developed engineer and coder, to be honest.
Is he really? There was a
he's-
guy from Dogecoin who created Dogecoin that said he was shitty at it.
No, I mean, he's been doing it his entire life. He had a video game company at the age of 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the dude's been,
Fuck.
and then he had his stake in PayPal and everything. Yeah, like he's not incompetent when it comes to this realm. Like there may be people better at it than him, but
I didn't say he's incompetent, but he's not in any way prepared to deal with this problem. Like that, this is like going to require a large team of people.
yeah. But is he looking to solve the problem right now? Or is he looking to find quantifiable evidence for the number of bots? So like I think finding a number is probably a little bit easier than fixing the problem.
Well, people have two theories behind this, right? Is he trying to get a cheaper acquisition cost for Twitter, other than the 43 or 44 billion, by proving that there is more bots? Or does he just genuinely want to know? I think if that Twitter story is real that Dan was talking about, if they do give him the raw data, then there is no excuse for him not to go through with the execution of this deal.
I mean, once he analyzes the raw data, and they referred to it in their press release as a fire hose, right? Like,
what does that mean exactly?
like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Oh, okay,
Like,
gotcha.
A ton, it's a lot of stuff to fucking go down. I honestly don't expect this deal to happen.
I'm not sure. I'm 50-50 on it. It wouldn't surprise me either way, to be honest with you. What would surprise me, though, is that if the bot accounts on Twitter are less than 5%, that would shock my mind.
There's no way it's less than 5.
No shit.
I mean, Twitter would not. They wouldn't fucking be liberal with their estimation. There's no fucking way.
That's what I say. So, if he does go through the raw data and finds out that it's more than 5, you can either go back and negotiate a different price, or just exploit it. I mean, I guess you could screenshot and just send it out to the world and be like, here's the real fucking numbers.
Yeah.
And that would, I guess, be the ultimate troll in the end, but I don't know. The whole thing is fucking strange. We got some listeners here in the studio today.
Wait, before we get to that,
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got one.
You got a Drinking Bro of the Week?
Yeah, it's Adrian Martinez from Palm Springs. His fucking baby mama hit me up this morning and wanted to do something nice for him for his birthday in October, but also for Father's Day.
Okay.
He's got
Quarterback for Nebraska?
Yeah, I think it
quarterback
is.
from
Yeah,
Nebraska. Yeah, same guy.
He looks like they have a son. He looks like he's maybe 10 years old.
Okay.
Named Julian.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, Adrian. Cheers. That's we're about 10 days away from Father's Day.
Yeah, she says he's a good dad. Those are in short supply these days. So.
They are. Go to the Drinkin' Bros store. We got all kinds of Father's Day shirts on there. I was wearing one yesterday.
Well, we've also got the shirt that you're wearing right now,
Yep.
which is the Drinkin' Bros Olive Garden shirt.
Yes, look at that, dude. When you're here, your family, dude.
More importantly, there's
Drinkin'
the
Bros.
shirt I'm wearing, which is the fucking
Meat Queen.
this
Dan
is
the Meat Queen.
The Meat Queen shirt. Why would you change it? What are you doing? Go
There
back.
you go. Go back. There you
God
go.
damn it. This is only in the Bro Box that you can buy until the 17th of this month. So you got a couple more days left to buy this shirt.
That's probably one of the dopest shirts we've had.
I want that shirt.
Yeah, Jared
we've
Jared
got-
made this one.
I like the one, the Warhol one over there that he's wearing, and then Yeah, we got a ton of stuff in the store. Speaking of which, one of our listeners here, is he allowed to come on? I always ask this for everybody because I don't know what they do for a living. Is he allowed to come on? Yeah. Right there with the hat on. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh, you have been on before?
Everybody's been on before.
Everybody has been on before. All right, well, fuck it, dude. Come around anyways. Yeah, you can come around this way. You got the new hat on. At least we can show the new hat. Let's do that. Because I have a Drinking Bro of the Week. Mike Demo, he sent us the knives, Dan. Remember those knives we got, you and I, that were amazing? It was actually him. You can go on the dance show right there. It looks like, I mean, you're doing some fucking...
Drinking Bro.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, look at that, dude. You're fucking drinking, dude.
Drinking the hard AF.
Goddamn right. You've been drinking all morning, too.
Oh, yeah.
Proud of you.
No.
We can't see his face on the camera, and it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I love it.
Nice to see himself.
Pull that
Yeah.
back down.
Me and Giorgio were out on the porch, saw the...
Y'all were smoking weed?
Ugh.
Did you guys smoking weed
That
with
was my
Georgia?
needle.
I was
Just
like,
kidding,
yo,
just
man, if
kidding.
you're doing hair on in the middle of the day,
I'd be
yeah, exactly, be gone.
sleeping.
So this is the new Drinking Bros hat, by the way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking love this goddamn thing. I bought 2 of them.
See.
It's hot as shit in Texas, and then it's got all the Drinking Bros logos underneath
Yeah,
it.
that's what's really cool about it.
It's dope. I've got 2 of them at my house, dude. I just ordered them. Because we don't get free shit. Like, we have to order it, too. And everybody's like, hey, dude. I go to the website, and I use my own promo code. Is that terrible?
No. Why wouldn't you?
It's DB20.
Of course you should.
I don't even know if we give it out. It's DB20. To go to the
DB20.
Go to the Drinker Bros store now. Get it. There's a bunch of Father's Day stuff in there. I got my dad.
Oh,
a
great.
shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I wonder if they watch. My parents watch the show, so I wonder if
Oh, that,
so, Dad. I just spoiler alert.
The
Just
Helen
sent you
Keller
out.
shirt?
No, I got him
Oh.
a Drinking Dad's shirt.
Helen Keller one. That one's,
The Helen Keller one's a
that's
fraud.
a fraud.
It's dope.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. We appreciate you guys stopping in and being on the show and all the support. Like, dude, you're decked out in the shirt, the hat.
Oh, yeah. I
and you're
brought my
drinking the
own hard
seltzer.
AF.
Exactly. You didn't even take one from
Yeah,
my
I got a
fridge.
cooler in there if anybody wants some.
In all sincerity, and so the other reason I want to bring you up today is like, dude, all of this helps us, like the show and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
else.
That's why I do.
It goes back in all this shit.
And the shirts, they just fit really nice.
Yeah.
And they're hilarious. So.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, and I thank you so much for buying our stuff and supporting the show. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
If you're out there, you can buy all the same gear that you see in front of you, including this one. I just bought this one, the new Drinkin' Bros Olive Garden shirt. Go to drinkinbros.com/store. That'll help. A bunch of Father's Day items in the store, and then the coins are right here. These will be going out. Finally got it. Coins are a bitch, man. Coin shortage, or whatever the fuck it is.
Metal shortage.
Metal shortage. Copper snorting.
Food
people
shortage.
snorting copper.
Ross, you're going to love this.
Fire away.
My profession.
What is it?
I'm
Are you a copper miner?
a manager at one of your favorite local restaurants.
Hooters, Olive Garden? What is it? What do you got?
Least favorite. How
is
about that?
What is it?
Whataburger.
Are you really?
Y'all talk so much shit about Whataburger.
Don't give him a round of applause for
Round
that.
of applause.
Do you still work
please.
there?
Yeah.
You do.
Oh, yeah. Let them find out.
Honest opinion then. You're live on air. You can't go anywhere.
There's only 2.
Is Whataburger the best burger in Texas? Yes or no?
Yes.
I can't do this.
Get them off.
I don't know. I've never had
do it.
PT Terry's or whatever you call it.
PT
Is that any
Terry's next
good?
door. I like, so I've got Pete
No.
Terry's above Whataburger, me personally. I know you work there. So what I will
have
say
to
about,
that.
yeah,
you
but
can't
what I
get
will
the,
say about
you don't get the
Whataburger,
regular, just straight up burger. That's no.
they have, Whataburger is great merch though. Whoever does your merch over there, it's dope as shit.
Oh, yeah.
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 For real. I'm not kidding.
For real.
That's funny that you work there. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
y'all
dude.
talk so much shit and I'm just laughing. I'm at work.
Here's why I talk shit.
Working with the headphones.
With the headphones on?
Yeah.
Here's why I talk shit about it. So when we moved here, every Texan, like real Texan.
Oh, yeah, they
not
get
the
all
fucking
into
bullshit
it.
people from California. Every time they're like, man, Whataburger. You got to get that
Get the
Whataburger,
burger, yeah.
dog. And I'm like, do I have to get the fucking Whataburger? and they're like, yeah, man. So there was one right next to my house. And it's the only fast food place that is open late. And so I was forced. I've probably eaten there
Yeah.
50 times, and I'm like,
It's the late burger. It's because I'm the manager of the overnight shift, so I get all
I'm
the
the one in
crazies.
Dripping Springs.
No.
Okay.
I live about exactly 4 hours away, and you can do the rest if you want to figure it out.
Texas is
Pick
big.
a direction.
Yeah, Texas is too big. I don't know
4
where the fuck
hours,
4
any
hours is.
direction, exact.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
So you work at Water. All right. What's the go-to
Whataburger.
then if if you're going to try to change my mind, what do I get?
Probably the sweet and spicy burger.
Sweet and, okay. Any extra sauce? Is there something hidden off the menu?
Just try it straight up like that.
All right.
I mean, I got secret stuff, but I'm not going to give away all the secrets.
Why? Do you want business or not?
No.
Is there a Frisco
Not me.
melt
Fucking
secret?
dick. You fucking dick. All right, so here's where I'll go with you today, all right? As far as burgers go, I've got P. Terry's above it.
Okay,
I've got
I'll try it.
In-N-Out. Have you had In-N-Out?
No, no,
I
no.
got In-N-Out, and that's not a
They
California
don't
thing.
have them around here, do they?
Yes. Bob, where's that In-N-Out?
Okay. There's none near where I've ever been.
Yeah,
It's close, right?
It's on Lamar.
yeah, like
Yeah, it's on
South
Lamar.
yeah.
Yeah, it's close. Why did you say South Lamar's close.
It's not. It's kind of close, but not close enough to like.
I get down on
go.
a Chili's because they're just everywhere. You can always find a good Chili's.
I do love
Go to
me
the bar,
Chili's.
get some
Chili's,
apps, get
well,
the
that's
three
but that's
three
a-
appetizers.
That's a restaurant. Chili's is a restaurant,
Okay.
not a drive-through. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I've got Umami.
Umami.
Yeah. That's a new joint. They ripped it from California. That's here. That's above it. I've even got Jack in the Box above
Jack
it.
and the Beezy.
Jiznak and the
Jiznak and the
Beezy.
Beezy, yeah. They're our competitor.
I'll
They're
butt
trash.
fuck that
in my
sourdough
town.
Jack all day long. And the two tacos?
Sourdough Jack with 2 tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever get the 2 tacos?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll
And
get
now
4
they get the mini
tacos.
tacos, dude.
I'll go Jared style and buy 50 tacos.
Fuck yeah, you will.
Bring them to the party.
I
like
carried
it.
those around a bag for 2 days in Nashville.
Stale.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. They still, they'll live.
Thanks,
they
Sergio.
fucking live, dude. Those tacos will live. But I've got 5 other burger joint, like drive-through above that.
That's fair.
I'll even go, man.
Don't say
dirty.
Sonic.
Let's get
or anything.
dirty with it. I'm not going to go Sonic.
Jeez.
But I will get nasty and bring you down to my level.
McDonald's.
Nope.
What?
I'll go down
Come
to
on.
Burger King Double Whopper with cheese.
Double Whopper with cheese.
Cheese. No,
Nope,
it's
it's
the
easier to
abbrev,
say
dude. You
cheese.
got to abbrev it.
Say cheese and
If you
cheese.
work there, though, you just write "chi" on the sack. So,
CH.
yeah, you got to go.
Nope.
I'll go the double whopper with chi over any
Okay.
burger on the menu. I have not had the what is it, sweet and sour,
Sweet and spicy burger. Yeah, that's
sweet and spicy.
Yeah,
What makes it sweet?
the sauce. The
Okay,
sauce
so
is
the
sweet
sauce
and
is
spicy.
sweet?
Yeah, it's got bacon on there and then mustard on the bottom.
All right.
Grilled onions. It's pretty simple.
Well, all right. I'll get down on
It's
that.
pretty simple, but it tastes good.
Simple but effective, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like our specialty burger there. Yeah.
Good old combo about this today.
Jesus.
And now if we're
Sorry.
going
Sorry to bring it
appetizers, that's a
down.
whole other fucking show, brother.
Chili's.
Dude.
Go to the bar, get some margs.
God damn it. As soon as you said Chili's, I heard it from across the studio. I heard the
Applause.
from the fajitas, dude. Just that the sizzling fajitas. And it's like, oh, shit. Who's
I'll
rich?
order it just to big dick everyone in
Fuck
the
yeah,
restaurant.
dude. That was a big dick move back in the day with a date where you were like, yo, I'll take those chicken fajitas. And it's like the
Right.
sizzling fajitas. You can put you can cup your ear and hear that shit back in the kitchen. Damn it, dude. Chili's has got the Awesome Blossom, too.
That's
Yeah.
a ripoff.
Well, the Bloomin'
What's the
Onion.
Australian
I don't know
place?
which one came first.
Kangaroo Jacks?
Outback Steakhouse.
Outback.
Yeah. They got the best knives. They got the
Yeah.
best knives. But
What? You don't eat the knives.
Bro, I'll go that Awesome Blossom. Where else you going? I'll go the mozzarella sticks on there.
Sure. I like the bites,
wings used
the
to
burger
be
bites.
decent, but I haven't had Chili's in a long time. It's been a
What
while.
is it? The corn rolls, the southern corn
Oh yeah,
thing?
yeah,
What are those
yeah, yeah.
things?
The no, it's not the corn rolls. It's the fuck. They're Asian.
Egg rolls.
Yeah, the egg
they're
rolls.
like southern egg rolls.
Yeah, Southern egg rolls is what they
Yeah,
got there.
yeah.
I
Those are
I
good.
could do an entire fucking show on apps. I'm an
I-
app
yeah.
guy. I can go to a restaurant and only eat apps and be the happiest motherfucker on the face of the
Right?
planet, dude. For real.
Yeah.
There was one restaurant.
not?
Was it Fridays that had the endless apps? And we tested it out one night, and
TGI?
they got super pissed off with us. It was either Ruby
What?
Tuesdays or
Why?
Fridays. We didn't. It was like 3 hours, dude. We watched a full World Series game, got endless apps, and they were like, "Dude, you guys are putting us out of
game?
business." And I was like, "Fuck you." I think the Red Sox won the World Series. I'm not sure how long ago that was, but either way, we stayed for 3.5 hours in that motherfucker and just ordered endless apps. And the guy was finally like, "There's an end to it. The kitchen's closing." And I was like, "No, you're not supposed to. Have it stay open.
Fuck you,
Fuck
man.
you. You're not my fucking dad." But Turns out my dad was working there, so.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was in the kitchen.
True
I
story?
didn't know it. No, fuck no. Just made that up. That's off the cuff. You want to
Jesus.
throw in a pair of these little child glasses to get us out of here tonight. There you go. Boom. Boom. Throw those on. That will complete your look right there. If you're looking, go to his single. If you're looking for an outfit or a lifestyle for the summer, right there. Boom. That'll
Drinkin'
do it for
Bros.
you. Drinking Bros, dude.
Hard AF.
Hard AF.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, kids. Thanks for tuning in. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. That is all the advertisers care about. That's it. That's all they do. So please just go there. I don't even care if you say we have AIDS or some form of Hep C or whatever it is. I don't care. Just click the 5-star and leave a 1-sentence review and you're good to go. Also go to Spotify. That is only a 5-star. They don't have any technology there to write in reviews, thank God. So you can just press a 5-star and then throw your phone out the fucking window, dude. And these, I hope, will be available soon. These are dope.
Those are cool.
So we'll find
They
out.
match the hat.
I know. They match the hats. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News.